Hello everyone. Hope all of you are following the classes and solving the sums given in homework. Now in this video, let's move to the next topic under fundamentals of partnership. That is guarantee of profit to a partner. So sometimes a partner is admitted in the partnership based on guaranteed profit to him or her. Now this happens when a partner is honorary partner to the firm, like this generally happens in professional firms like chartered firms, law firms, in which that partner's name is bringing goodwill for the firm. So he is given a guaranteed profit. Sometimes, if any partner is not fully participating in the management, then also he may ask for guaranteed profit. But all this matter is decided prior to the formation of partnership deed. So let's see. So there may be two kinds of guaranteed profit to a partner. When first is when guarantee of profit is given by the firm. That means whole partnership firm is responsible to give him or her guaranteed profit. And sometimes guarantee of profit is given by an individual partner. So we will see both the cases, how this will be adjusted in the books of accounts, and in both the cases we will see with illustration how to account for these kind of guaranteed profits. So let's see first theoretically what are the steps involved in it. So first you have to calculate the share of profit ignoring the guaranteed profit. Means as you were doing it in any general sum, you will do first that you will calculate the share of profit what is to be given to each partner without any consideration of the guaranteed profit. Then second step is to calculate minimum guaranteed profit which has been promised by the firm. So that is given in the sum generally. Then you have to compare the actual share of profit with the minimum guaranteed profit of that partner. Means that partner is getting how much share of profit actually after balancing the PL appropriation account, and what is the profit which is promised by the firm to that partner. Then if the actual share of profit is more than the guaranteed profit, then there is no need of considering the guaranteed profit, since he is getting the minimum guaranteed profit and above that, so there is no need for consideration of guaranteed profit then. But step 5 involves when the actual share of profit is less than the guaranteed profit, then he has to be given the minimum guaranteed profit first, and then rest of the share of profit is divided into remaining partners. So let's see with illustration, then it will be more clear. So A and B are partners in a firm sharing profit and losses equally. They admit C as a partner for 1/5 of share with a guaranteed profit of rupees 30,000 during the year 2016. Now the firm earned a profit of rupees 1,40,000. You are required to show the distribution of profit amongst A, B and C. So let's see, when C is admitted on 1/5 of the share, then remaining share to be distributed between A and B remains to be 4 by 5. You will, if you will do in rough, you will come to know 1 minus 1 by 5, that is share of C. The whole share is 1, and 1 minus 1 by 5 will be equals to 4 by 5. So A's share and new profit sharing ratio will be 1 by 2 of 4 by 5. When you calculate this, it will come to 2 by 5. it is similar for B, and C will get his promised part 1/5. So A, B and C are sharing in 2:2:1. Now comes what is the profit? Profit is rupees 1,40,000. So let's calculate according to step 1 share of profit. So it will be 2/5 of rupees 1,40,000 for A and B both. So it will be rupees 56,000 and 56,000 for A and B. But for C, it will be 1/5 of rupees 1,40,000, and that will come to rupees 28,000. Now the guaranteed profit is rupees 30,000, and C is getting less than the guaranteed profit. Now you have to do the adjustments. Now here actual share of profit is rupees 28,000, which is less than the guaranteed profit. So C should be given rupees 30,000 first, and then remaining profit will be distributed between A and B. So rupees 1,40,000 minus rupees 30,000, then remains rupees 1,10,000 for distribution between A and B. And since both are sharing 2:2:1, that means A and B are sharing equally. So A's share will be half of 1,10,000, that is rupees 55,000, and B's share will be rupees 55,000, and C will get his guaranteed part of profit, that is rupees 30,000, and total will be rupees 1,40,000. In this way it will be done. Now let's see if guaranteed profit is less than the share of profit actually. Now let us assume that the profit earned by the firm is rupees 1,60,000, and other informations are same as discussed in example 1. So on this basis they will get in 2:2:1 the share of profit. So for A it will be 2/5 of rupees 1,60,000, that is rupees 64,000. For B it will be again rupees 64,000, and for C it comes to 1/5 of rupees 1,60,000. So his share will be rupees 32,000, which is more than the guaranteed profit 30,000. So there is no need for any adjustment, and they will be given 64, 64 and 32,000 respectively. Now let's see, when guarantee of profit is given by an individual partner, the following steps are to be followed. First, you have to calculate the share of profit in the usual manner as if there is no guarantee of profit, as it was done in first case when guarantee was given by firm also. The same step 1 will be repeated. Again, step 2 is calculate the difference between actual profit and guaranteed profit. If the actual share of profit is more than the guaranteed profit, no further adjustment is required, as discussed in first type also, that if the guaranteed profit is less than the share of profit, then there is no need of adjustment. But when the guaranteed profit is when the guaranteed profit is more than the share of profit, then you have to do the following adjustment entry. So what will happen actually? So capital accounts of that partner who has given the guarantee will be deducted by the amount which is deficit in the guaranteed profit. Let's see by the example only, you will understand better. A and B are partners in a firm sharing profits and losses equally. They admitted C for 1/5 of share, and B has given a personal guarantee that C's share of profit will not be less than rupees 30,000 in any year. The firm earned a profit of rupees 1,60,000 during the year 2016. Now let's see, the profit sharing ratio is 2:1 as discussed in example 1 and 2. Now what will be the share of profit? So rupees 1,60,000 into 2/5 is the share of A, which will be equal to rupees 64,000. Again for B it will be rupees 1,60,000 into 2/5 equal to A, that is rupees 64,000. For C it will be 1/5 of rupees 1,60,000, that will come to rupees 32,000. Now in this case the actual profit is more than the guaranteed profit, so there is no need of any adjustment. so it will remain as it was calculated. Now assuming all the things of example 3, let assume that the profit earned during the year was rupees 1,40,000. So already you know A will get rupees 56, B will get rupees 56 and C will get rupees 28,000. Now the guaranteed profit is 30,000 and the deficit is 2,000. So this 2,000 will be given by B to C. So the distribution of profit will be 56,000 will be given to A without any change, since A has not given any guarantee to C, but B has given. So from his share of profit, that is 56,000, from there 2,000 will be deducted and B will be given only rupees 54,000 and C will be given his guaranteed profit, which is rupees 30,000. So in this way it is calculated. Now it can be done in several ways. Either you can adjust it in a PL appropriation account, or after transferring it to capital account, from there also you can deduct it, but it's better to do it in PL appropriation account itself, so that there will be no need to remember that point during solving the sum. So it is more beneficial to adjust that in PL appropriation account itself. I will give you some more illustrations with the same kind of adjustment. From there you can observe what has been done in accounts also. Thanks.